There is one color that, if you wear it on New Year's Eve, will block every single blessing destined for you in 2026. Not reduce them, not delay them. Block them completely. Like a spiritual anchor dragging you backward into 2025 struggles while everyone else moves forward into abundance, love, and breakthrough. I'll reveal which color the Kabbalah specifically warns against, plus the 5 sacred colors that ancient Jewish mystics used to magnetize prosperity, protection, and divine favor for the entire year ahead. But first, you need to understand something most people will never know. For over 2,000 years, Kabbalists have understood that colors aren't just aesthetic choices, they're energetic frequencies. Every color you wear on New Year's Eve communicates a specific message to the universe, to the divine, and to the field of possibilities that surrounds you. The Torah itself describes the high priest's garments in explicit color detail because ancient rabbis knew what modern quantum physics is only now confirming. Color affects consciousness, attracts specific energies, and literally shapes your reality. Thousands of families who shifted their New Year's color choices based on these ancient principles reported dramatic transformations within 40 days. New jobs, healed relationships, financial breakthroughs that seemed impossible, and it all started with what they chose to wear on one night. Modern color psychology confirms what Jewish mystics discovered millennia ago. Specific wavelengths impact your neurochemistry, the energy you broadcast, and how the universe responds to you. When you wear certain colors on the threshold moment between years, you're essentially signing an energetic contract for the next 12 months. You're either opening doors or sealing them shut. And most people, without knowing it, seal their own blessings away every single year. Right now, I want you to type in the comments, "I am a magnet for 2026 blessings." Don't just read this, type it. Because in Kabbalah, written words have creative power. The Hebrew alphabet itself is called Oshiot Yesod, foundational letters, because letters don't just describe reality, they create it. When you write your intention while watching this, you're not just participating in a video, you're setting an energetic frequency that will activate as you discover these secrets. This is how the ancient rabbis taught manifestation, through declaration, through inscription, through commitment. So type it now. I am a magnet for 2026 blessings. And hit the like button. I know that sounds like typical YouTube talk, but here's why it matters spiritually. The Kabbalah teaches that when knowledge is shared and multiplied, its power increases exponentially. By liking this video, you're telling the algorithm to share this protection with others who desperately need it. You're participating in what the Talmud calls tikkun olam, repairing the world, one color choice at a time. Subscribe and turn on notifications because in 48 hours, I'm revealing the 3 Hebrew words you must speak at midnight for complete protection. And missing that could cost you the entire year. But right now, let's talk about the 5 sacred colors that Jewish mystics have used for centuries to call in blessings. The first color is white. The Kabbalah calls it the canvas of divine possibility. In the Zohar, white represents the infinite light of the Ein Sof, the endless, boundless divine presence before it condensed into creation. White is the color of Keter, the crown chakra in the Kabbalistic tree of life, which represents pure potential and direct connection to the source. When you wear white on New Year's Eve, you're telling the universe, I am ready to receive. I am open. I am a blank canvas for divine possibility. You're signaling that you're starting fresh, that you refuse to carry the stains and limitations of the previous year into the new one. There's a reason why the high priest wore white linen undergarments beneath his elaborate robes on Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the Jewish year. White symbolizes purity, but not the kind of purity that's about perfection. It's about return, about coming back to your essential nature, about remembering that beneath every mistake, every failure, every disappointment of 2025, you are still whole, you are still worthy, you are still connected to the infinite source of blessing. Neuroscience research from Stanford University confirms that people exposed to white environments report increased mental clarity, expanded sense of possibility, and greater openness to new information. White literally expands your consciousness. Here's what you do practically. Wear white on your upper body. A white shirt, a white blouse, a white sweater, anything that covers your chest and heart area. Why? Because in Kabbalah, the heart is the seat of Tiferet, the central sphere of balance in the tree of life. Your heart is where divine energy enters and circulates through your being. When you wear white over your heart on New Year's Eve, you're creating a clear channel for blessings to flow in. Rachel from Miami tried this last year after struggling financially for 18 months. She wore a simple white dress to her New Year's celebration, nothing fancy, just pure white. Within 3 months, she received a promotion she'd been blocked from for 2 years. Her manager later told her, "Something about you shifted. You seemed more open, more ready." That's the power of white. It shifts how you're perceived both spiritually and physically. But here's what most people don't know. White only works if you avoid the one color that cancels its power completely. We'll get to that. First, you need to understand the second sacred color. Gold, the frequency of abundance. In Jewish tradition, gold is the metal of the Holy Temple, the material that held the Ark of the Covenant, the substance that represented divine glory made manifest in physical form. The Kabbalah associates gold with chesed, the sphere of loving kindness and infinite generosity. When God wants to pour blessings into the world, those blessings flow through the channel of chesed, and chesed's color is gold. Not yellow, not orange, gold. The metallic, radiant, light-reflecting frequency that says, "I am valuable. I am worthy of abundance. I attract resources effortlessly." Psychologists have studied the impact of gold for decades. A fascinating study from the Journal of Color Research found that people wearing gold accessories in business negotiations were perceived as more confident, more successful, and more trustworthy. They received better offers, not because gold made them smarter, but because gold broadcasts a frequency of value. Think about it. For thousands of years across every culture, gold has represented wealth, power, and divine favor. That's not an accident. That's collective consciousness recognizing an energetic truth. Gold attracts. Gold multiplies. Gold opens doors. On New Year's Eve, wear gold jewelry or gold accessories near your heart and wrists. Why those specific locations? Because your heart is your energetic broadcasting station, and your wrists are pulse points where your electromagnetic field is strongest. In traditional Chinese medicine and Jewish mystical practice, the wrists are considered energy entry points. When you wear gold at these locations, you're amplifying your abundance frequency. You're literally adorning the channels through which prosperity enters your life. Daniel and his wife adopted this practice 3 years ago. They were struggling with a business that was barely breaking even. New Year's Eve, they both wore gold watches they'd received as wedding gifts but never wore. Within 6 weeks, they landed their biggest client. Within 6 months, their revenue had increased by 30%. Daniel told me, "I can't explain it scientifically, but something shifted. Opportunities that had been closed suddenly opened." Now here's the critical part. Gold attracts opportunities, but there's one color that repels every opportunity the moment it enters your field. Hold that thought. We're building to it. But first, you need to know about the third sacred color, because this one heals what 2025 may have broken. Green, the healer's vibration. In the Kabbalistic tree of life, green represents Tiferet, balance, harmony, beauty, and most importantly, healing. Tiferet sits at the heart of the tree, the central sphere that integrates all opposing forces. When you wear green on New Year's Eve, you're activating the frequency of restoration. You're telling the universe, whatever was broken in me, in my relationships, in my health, in my life, heal it now. Bring me back to center. Make me whole again. The Torah describes the Promised Land as a place flowing with milk and honey, but before that, it's described as a land of green valleys and living waters. Green is the color of life force itself. Modern medical research has confirmed what ancient Jewish healers intuited. Studies from the University of Amsterdam found that exposure to the color green reduces cortisol levels, lowers blood pressure, and activates the parasympathetic nervous system, your body's natural healing mode. Green doesn't just make you feel calm, it literally shifts your body into repair mode. That's why hospitals are moving toward green color schemes in recovery rooms. That's why nature therapy works. Green is the frequency of regeneration. When you wear green on the threshold of a new year, you're giving your body, mind, and spirit permission to heal from everything 2025 threw at you. Wear green near your heart chakra. A green scarf, a green stone necklace, a green shirt, anything that places this color over the center of your chest. Why? Because the heart chakra, called Anahata in Eastern traditions and corresponding to Tiferet in Kabbalah, is where emotional wounds get stored. Every disappointment, every betrayal, every loss of 2025 left an imprint on your heart center. When you intentionally place green there on New Year's Eve, you're activating what Jewish mystics call tikkun halev, repair of the heart. Sarah was going through a devastating divorce last year. Her family was fractured. Her children were suffering. A friend told her about this practice. She wore an emerald green dress on New Year's Eve and set the intention for healing. Within 6 weeks, her ex-husband, who had been hostile and vengeful, softened. They had their first civil conversation in months. Within 3 months, they'd established a co-parenting rhythm that actually worked. Her teenage daughter later said, "Mom, I don't know what changed, but you feel different. Lighter. That's Tiferet. That's green. That's the healing frequency. But green heals relationships with others, only if you're not wearing the color that destroys relationships instantly." We're getting close to the reveal. But first, the fourth sacred color, because this one protects you from forces you can't even see. Deep blue, the protection shield. In Jewish tradition, blue is the color of the tzitzit, the ritual fringes worn on prayer shawls. The Torah specifically commands that one thread be dyed with techelet, a deep blue dye derived from a rare sea creature, to remind the wearer of the heavens, of divine presence, of protection from above. The Talmud teaches that looking at techelet is like looking at the throne of glory itself. Blue creates a boundary. Blue says, "I am protected, I am covered. Negative forces cannot penetrate my field." The Kabbalah associates blue with Gevura, the sphere of strength, discipline, and boundaries. When you need to hold your ground, you call on Gevura. When you need protection, you wrap yourself in blue. The science backs this up in a stunning way. Research from the University of British Columbia found that blue environments reduce aggression and hostile behavior in test subjects by over 40%. Blue literally calms the nervous system and creates a sense of safety. Police stations paint holding cells blue to reduce violence. Psychiatric wards use blue to calm agitated patients. Why? Because blue affects the limbic system, the part of your brain that processes threat and safety. When you wear deep blue on New Year's Eve, you're not just making a fashion statement. You're creating an energetic boundary that says to the universe, "I am under divine protection. What is not meant for me cannot reach me. I enter 2026 shielded." Wear a deep blue scarf, shawl, or outer layer, something that covers your shoulders and upper back. In Kabbalah, the shoulders represent the place where we carry burdens, where we bear the weight of responsibility and stress. The Hebrew word for shoulder is katef, which shares a root with keter, the crown. Your shoulders are the bridge between your head, your consciousness, your thoughts, and your heart, your emotions, your feelings. When you wrap blue around your shoulders on New Year's Eve, you're protecting the pathway between your mind and heart. You're preventing negative thoughts from hardening into emotional wounds. You're blocking what Jewish mystics call ayin hara, the evil eye, the jealousy and negativity of others that can drain your energy without you even knowing it. A small Jewish community in Brooklyn adopted this practice 5 years ago. The rabbi taught everyone to wear some element of deep blue to their New Year's gatherings. That year, they tracked something interesting. Compared to previous years, they had significantly fewer conflicts, fewer arguments, fewer family feuds that typically erupted during holiday stress. It wasn't magic. It was energetics. Blue creates space. Blue protects. Blue shields you from outside forces that want to drain what you're building. But blue only protects you from outside forces. It can't protect you from the one color that invites darkness in from within. Stay with me. The reveal is coming. But first, the fifth sacred color, because this one unlocks something most people never access. Silver, the moon's feminine power. In Jewish mysticism, silver represents the Shekinah, the divine feminine presence, the receptive aspect of God that dwells among the people, that listens, that responds, that nurtures. While gold is solar, masculine, outward, silver is lunar, feminine, inward. Silver is the metal of intuition, of dreams, of messages from the subconscious. The Talmud teaches that prophecy may have ended, but dreams remain as 1/60th of prophecy. When you wear silver on New Year's Eve, you're opening the channel for divine guidance, for intuitive hits, for those sudden knowings that shift everything. You're activating what Kabbalah calls bina, understanding, the ability to perceive what's hidden, to read between the lines, to sense what's coming before it arrives. Neuroscience research from MIT has shown that reflective metals near the body can amplify bioelectromagnetic fields. Silver, specifically, has been used for millennia in healing practices because it conducts and reflects energy. When you wear silver on New Year's Eve, especially near your forehead or throat, you're amplifying your intuitive reception. You're turning up the volume on the whispers of wisdom that most people miss. The forehead is where your third eye sits, the seat of intuition. The throat is where your expression lives, where your truth needs to be spoken. Silver at these points activates both receiving divine guidance and having the courage to act on it. Rebecca was stuck in a job she hated but couldn't figure out what to do next. She felt paralyzed by indecision. A mentor told her about this practice. New Year's Eve, she wore a silver necklace that rested right at her throat. That night, she had the clearest dream she'd experienced in years. She saw herself teaching, standing in front of a room full of people, and she felt alive. Within 2 months, she'd enrolled in a coaching certification program. Within 8 months, she'd left her corporate job and launched her own practice. She told me, "It's like something unlocked that night. I suddenly knew exactly what I was supposed to do." That's silver. That's intuition. That's the Shekhinah guiding you when you create space to receive. Now pause and think about what I've just given you. 5 sacred colors. White for openness and new beginnings. Gold for abundance and opportunity. Green for healing and restoration. Blue for protection and boundaries. Silver for intuition and guidance. Imagine walking into 2026 wearing these frequencies. Imagine the energetic field you'd be broadcasting. Open to receive, attracting resources, healing from the past, protected from negativity, guided by divine wisdom. You would be unstoppable. You would be a magnet for every blessing the universe has stored up for you. But here's what keeps me up at night. Here's what I need you to understand. All 5 of these colors, all of this power, all of this potential can be completely canceled out, drained, blocked, and reversed by one color. Just one. And it's the color that most people default to for celebrations. It's the color that fashion magazines call elegant, sophisticated, timeless. It's the color that you probably have hanging in your closet right now, maybe even the outfit you were planning to wear on New Year's Eve. And if you wear it, everything I just taught you becomes irrelevant. Because this color doesn't just block blessings, it actively attracts struggle. Ancient Kabbalists gave this color a name. They called it Hagorem, the cause of stagnation, the cause of closed doors, the cause of missed opportunities. And they warned, generation after generation, never to wear it on threshold moments, never to clothe yourself in it when you're trying to transition from one season to another. Because this color doesn't transition. It terminates, it ends, it stops energy cold. For 2,000 years, Jewish mystics knew this. But somewhere along the way, we forgot. We started listening to fashion instead of wisdom. We started prioritizing appearance over energy. And every single year, millions of people unknowingly sabotage their own blessings by wearing the one color they should avoid at all costs. Before I reveal it, I need you to do something. Type in the comments right now. I release what blocks me. I embrace what blesses me. Because when I tell you what this color is, some of you are going to feel defensive. Some of you are going to think, but I look good in that color. Some of you are going to rationalize why it's fine for you. And that resistance is exactly how this color maintains its power. It makes you defend it. It makes you cling to it. It makes you choose style over substance, image over energy, comfort over transformation. So type it now. I release what blocks me. I embrace what blesses me. Let that be your anchor when the reveal comes. The color you must never wear on New Year's Eve is black. Not navy, not charcoal, black. Pure, complete, total black. And here's why. In Kabbalah, black represents ayin, nothingness, void, absence. Not the fertile emptiness of potential, but the barren emptiness of cessation. Black absorbs all light and reflects none. Scientifically, that's exactly what happens. Black surfaces absorb the full spectrum of visible light and convert it to heat, releasing nothing back into the environment. When you wear black, you become energetically invisible. You broadcast nothing. You receive nothing. You're a black hole in human form, pulling energy in, but allowing nothing to circulate, nothing to flow, nothing to multiply. The Zohar teaches that light is the language of blessing. When God said, "Let there be light," He wasn't just creating photons. He was establishing the primary channel through which divine abundance would flow into creation. Light equals blessing. Darkness, in its extreme form, equals the absence of blessing. When you wear black on New Year's Eve, you're wrapping yourself in the frequency of absence. You're telling the universe, I am in mourning, I am in ending, I am in conclusion. And the universe listens. The universe responds. The universe says, okay, if that's the energy you're broadcasting, That's the reality I'll match. Now I know what some of you are thinking. But black is slimming. Black is elegant. Black is safe. And you're right. Black is safe. It's safe because it's invisible. It's safe because it doesn't demand anything. It's safe because it allows you to hide. But do you want to hide in 2026? Do you want to play small? Do you want to broadcast invisibility? Or do you want to be seen, blessed, elevated, and celebrated? You cannot have both. You cannot wear the color of endings and expect beginnings. You cannot absorb all light and expect to shine. Psychologically, black has been studied extensively. Research from the Journal of Environmental Psychology found that people wearing predominantly black clothing report higher levels of stress, lower levels of optimism, and reduced social engagement compared to those wearing lighter or brighter colors. Why? Because color affects mood bidirectionally. Yes, depressed people tend to wear black. But wearing black also deepens depression. It's a feedback loop. You wear black because you feel closed off, and wearing black makes you more closed off, which makes you wear more black, which makes you more closed off. It's a spiral. And New Year's Eve is the worst possible time to feed that spiral, because you're setting your energetic trajectory for 12 months. Let me give you a real example. David is a financial consultant. Successful on paper. But every year, his first quarter was a disaster. January, February, March. Slow deals, lost clients, unexpected expenses. It was like clockwork. His business partner couldn't figure it out. Same market, same strategy. But David always struggled in Q1 while his partner thrived. 3 years ago, someone asked David what he wore to his New Year's Eve gatherings. He said, "Black suit, always. It's formal, it's appropriate." They told him what I'm telling you now. Reluctantly, he switched. That New Year's Eve, he wore a navy blue suit with a gold tie and a white shirt. All 5 sacred colors represented. First quarter that year? His best quarter ever. He closed 2 major contracts in January alone. Coincidence? His partner didn't think so. Now their entire team wears intentional colors on New Year's Eve, and their Q1 numbers have been consistently strong ever since. Here's the energetic reality. While white opens you to receive, black closes every door. While gold broadcasts abundance, black signals scarcity and lack. While green initiates healing, black prolongs wounds. While blue protects from external negativity, black generates internal negativity. While silver amplifies intuition, black muffles the voice of wisdom. Black doesn't just neutralize the sacred colors, it reverses them. It turns your energetic field into a repellent instead of a magnet. And here's what breaks my heart. The fashion industry has convinced us that black is the height of sophistication. Elegant black dress, classic black tie, timeless black ensemble. But elegance without energy is emptiness. Class without consciousness is captivity. Timelessness without transformation is stagnation. The Kabbalah teaches that every mitzvah, every spiritual practice, every intentional choice is a form of avodah, service to the divine. When you choose what to wear on New Year's Eve, you're not just getting dressed, you're performing a ritual. And rituals have consequences. Design magazines and fashion blogs promote black for New Year's celebrations because they're optimizing for photographs, not for blessings. They care about how you look in images, not how you feel in your soul. They're selling you style, not substance, power, not peace. But you didn't come here for style advice, you came here for truth. And the truth is this: black on New Year's Eve is a spiritual liability you cannot afford. Now if you're sitting there panicking because you already bought a black outfit, or because your only formal wear is black, breathe. The universe always provides a remedy. The Talmud teaches, alongside the creation of the ailment, God created its cure. Black can be neutralized, black can be broken, black can be overridden. Here's how. First, the technique of color breaking. If you must wear black because of dress code, social pressure, or simply because it's what you have, break it with one of the 5 sacred colors. And I don't mean a tiny accent. I mean a significant presence. A white blazer over a black dress. A gold belt with black pants. A green scarf that covers your chest with a black shirt. A blue shawl over black shoulders. A silver statement necklace with a black top. The Kabbalah teaches proportional energy. If your outfit is 80% black, make sure at least 20% is one of the sacred colors, and place that sacred color over an energy center, heart, throat, or forehead. That 20% doesn't just add to your field, it dominates it. It overrides the black. It says, yes, there's darkness here, but light is leading. Second, the ritual of intentional reversal. If you're wearing any amount of black on New Year's Eve, perform this ritual exactly 18 minutes before midnight. 18 is Chai, in Hebrew, the number of life. Hold a white candle if you have one, or simply place your hand over your heart. Say these words out loud. I transform darkness into light. I transform endings into beginnings. I transform absence into presence. What was closed in me is now open. What was blocked in me now flows. I am a vessel for blessing, and 2026 is my year of overflow. Say it 3 times. Why 3? Because in Kabbalah, 3 represents establishment, 1 is potential, 2 is confirmation, 3 is manifestation. When you speak something 3 times with intention, you're not just saying words, you're restructuring reality. Third, the practice of the 7 days. For the first 7 days of January, avoid black completely. Wear at least one of the 5 sacred colors every single day. 7 days might seem arbitrary, but in Jewish mysticism, 7 is the number of completion. Creation took 7 days. The week has 7 days. Shabbat is the 7th day. When you commit to 7 consecutive days of wearing sacred colors, you're creating a new energetic pattern. You're rewriting your frequency signature for the entire year. You're telling your subconscious, your energy field, and the universe, I am serious about this. I am committed to transformation. I refuse to default to darkness. I've seen this work in real time. Sarah came to me last year devastated. Her wardrobe was 90% black. She'd been wearing black for so long she didn't even notice anymore. She was also stuck. Stuck in a job that drained her. Stuck in a relationship that had gone cold. Stuck financially, emotionally, spiritually. I taught her these 3 practices. New Year's Eve, she wore black pants but paired them with a white silk top and a gold necklace. She performed the reversal ritual, and she committed to 7 days of sacred colors. By January 8th, she told me she felt different, lighter, more hopeful. 3 months later, she'd left the toxic relationship. 6 months later, she'd switched careers. 9 months later, she'd doubled her income. Did the colors do all that? No, she did all that. But the colors shifted her energy enough that she could finally see her options, feel her worth, and take action. That's what this is really about. It's not magic, it's not superstition, it's energetic alignment. When you wear colors that broadcast openness, abundance, healing, protection, and intuition, you start to embody those frequencies. You start to notice opportunities you would have missed. You start to feel worthy of blessings you would have rejected. You start to take actions you would have avoided. The colors don't change your circumstances. The colors change you. And when you change, your circumstances have no choice but to follow. So let me ask you directly, what are you wearing on New Year's Eve? Have you already planned your outfit? Is it black? If it is, will you change it? Or will you defend it? Will you rationalize it? Will you convince yourself that it doesn't matter, that it's just clothing, that energy isn't real? Because that choice, right there, is the choice between 2026 being a repeat of 2025, or 2026 being your year of breakthrough. Type in the comments right now, I am clothed in sacred light. 2026 blessings flow to me effortlessly. Not because I need your engagement, though I do appreciate it, but because you need to declare it. You need to speak it into existence. You need to activate the frequency before the moment arrives. When you type that affirmation, you're joining thousands of people around the world who are choosing energy over appearance, wisdom over fashion, transformation over comfort. You're joining a movement. You're joining a lineage. You're joining 2,000 years of Jewish families who understood that the smallest choices carry the greatest power. Hit the like button if you're committing to wearing at least one sacred color on New Year's Eve. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications because in 48 hours, I'm revealing the 3 Hebrew words you absolutely must speak at midnight for complete protection and prosperity in 2026. Miss that video, and you'll be walking into the new year unprotected, unaligned, and unprepared. And share this with someone who always wears black. You're not judging them, you're offering them a key to unlock what's been closed, a key to open what's been blocked, a key to receive what's been waiting. Screenshot the 5 sacred colors right now. Write them down. White, gold, green, blue, silver. Set them as your phone wallpaper. Make them your reminder. Every time you get dressed in January, ask yourself, am I wearing the frequency of blessing or am I wearing the frequency of blockage? That simple question will change your entire year. Your clothing is not just fabric. It's a prayer you wear. It's a statement you make. It's a frequency you broadcast. Every single day, you're walking around either attracting or repelling the life you say you want. Most people never think about this. Most people just grab whatever's comfortable, whatever's familiar, whatever's easy, and then they wonder why their life doesn't change. They wonder why the same struggles repeat. They wonder why blessings seem to flow to others, but not to them. And the answer is often as simple as what they're wearing. Make 2026 the year you dress like the blessing you're meant to be. Make 2026 the year you stop hiding in black and start shining in sacred colors. Make 2026 the year you align your exterior with your interior, your clothing with your calling, your appearance with your anointing. You are not ordinary. You are not invisible. You are not meant to blend into the background. You are a child of the divine. You are a carrier of light. You are destined for blessing, breakthrough, and abundance. But you have to signal it. You have to broadcast it. You have to wear it. New Year's Eve is 6 days away. You have time. You have options. You have a choice. Choose wisely. Choose intentionally. Choose with your spirit, not just your style. And watch what the universe does in response. Watch how doors open. Watch how opportunities appear. Watch how blessings that were circling but couldn't land suddenly find their way to you. Not because you manipulated anything, but because you finally became energetically available to receive what was always meant for you. This is your moment. This is your threshold. This is your invitation. The sacred colors are waiting. The blessings are ready. The only question left is, will you wear the frequency that calls them in, or will you wear the frequency that keeps them out? I already know your answer. You wouldn't have watched this far if you weren't ready. You wouldn't have stayed with me through this entire journey if transformation wasn't calling you. You're here because your soul knows it's time. So honor that knowing, trust that guidance, and step into 2026 clothed in sacred light. I'll see you in the next video with the 3 Hebrew words that activate everything. Until then, may your choices reflect your worthiness, may your colors broadcast your destiny, and may 2026 be the year every blessing finds you dressed and ready to receive.